Title: How to Force Your Mind to Do Hard Things, written by Oliver Maldonado, narrated by Oliver Maldonado, or narrator intro. There is a version of you that does not hesitate, a version that wakes up when the alarm goes off, that finishes what it starts, that chooses the hard path when the easy one is right there waiting. That stronger version of you already exists. It is not a fantasy. It is simply buried under years of comfort, fear, and habits that have been reinforced over and over again. Your mind is not built for greatness. It is built for survival. It tries to keep you in routines, even if those routines are destroying your potential. Anything uncomfortable, anything uncertain, anything that demands effort triggers your mind to pull you back. Not because you are weak, but because your brain thinks it is protecting you. But discipline is the override. Discipline is the moment you stop letting your emotions tell you what to do. Discipline is the act of choosing your future over your feelings. This short audiobook will teach you how to force your mind to obey you, even when you don't feel like doing the hard thing. Chapter 1: Why the Mind Avoids Hard Things. When you try to do something difficult, your mind triggers resistance. Resistance appears as doubt, hesitation, procrastination, excuses, or a sudden wave of exhaustion. But resistance is not a sign to stop. Resistance is proof that you are crossing the boundary of your old identity. Every difficult task demands that you become someone new. The mind fights this because it prefers the familiar version of you. Even if that version is inconsistent or unfulfilled, the mind views it as safe. Understanding this one truth gives you power. Hard things feel hard not because you are incapable, but because your old identity is trying to survive. When you push anyway, that old identity begins to die and a stronger one replaces it. Chapter 2: The Two Voices Inside You. Inside you, two voices exist: the weak voice and the strong voice. The weak voice is emotional, lazy, impulsive. It asks for comfort. It wants relief. It tells you to wait until tomorrow, to skip today, to rest when you have not earned rest. The strong voice is direct, calm, focused. It tells you what must be done without negotiating. You already know which voice leads you to your potential. You already know which voice sabotages it. The key is obedience. Every time you obey the weak voice, you strengthen it. Every time you obey the strong voice, you silence the weak one. You do not need more motivation. You need to stop negotiating with the weak voice and start acting the moment the strong voice speaks. Chapter 3: Turning Discomfort into a Weapon. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is your training ground. Everything you want exists on the other side of discomfort. Confidence comes from discomfort. Growth comes from discomfort. Strength, discipline, character, and identity are all built through discomfort. When you feel resistance, that is the signal to begin. When the task feels heavy, that is the moment you build power. When your mind complains, that is the exact moment you force it to obey. Most people wait to feel ready. Disciplined people act before they feel ready. That is why they win. Chapter 4: How to Train Your Mind to Obey You. Discipline is built through small, non-negotiable promises. Wake up when you said you would, train when you said you would, finish what you said you would finish. No emotion, no debate, no delay. When you keep small promises, you build self-trust. When you build self-trust, your mind begins to obey your commands. Eventually, your brain learns that your words are final. Your mind becomes a tool, not a tyrant. When this happens, discipline becomes automatic. The hard thing becomes the normal thing, and you become someone who cannot be stopped. Closing the rise of the disciplined self. You are not weak. You are not undisciplined. You are simply untrained. But now you understand the truth. You know how the mind works. You know why resistance exists. You know that there is a stronger version of you waiting to take control. You are no longer controlled by hesitation. You are no longer guided by comfort. You are no longer limited by the weak voice. You are becoming disciplined. You are becoming powerful. You are becoming unstoppable. End of audiobook.